this. Disclaimer. Okay, there's the disclaimer. All right, good morning, team. Welcome to Blue Sky Live's day trading stream. Today is December 10th, 2025. We're about 15 minutes away from market open. I want to welcome you to the stream. Also, please ensure you read the disclosure. All information held within this stream is all for educational purposes only. You can and possibly lose money in the market. So please do your due diligence when investing. Make sure that any money you invest in the market is money you're willing to lose. All right, that being said, let's get into my morning level. All right, let's see. Will these work at all? Okay, none of my hotkeys are going to work at all. So we're doing it all manual here. All right, good deal. You know what? I put my morning levels in Becky's channel. I didn't even put them in my channel. Oh my goodness. Okay, so sorry about that, team. I'm a little off now. Okay, so let's see. ES levels. We got a breakout level of 6,846. Got a take profit of 6,873. Sell the reversal at 6,854. Buy the reversal at 6,840 with the breakdown level of 6,832. And your first take profit is 6,823. And that's your ES level for the morning. Let's get the gold level. Gold level, you got a breakout level of 4,265. First take profit at 4,283. You got to sell the reversal spot at 4,250. Buy the reversal at 4,221. A breakdown spot at 4,206. And your first take profit is 4,189. All right, and let's get to our NQ level for the morning. You got a breakout level on NQ of 25,796. Your first take profit is at 25,852. Sell the reversal at 25,748. Buy the reversal at 25,651. Got a breakdown level of 25,603. And your first take profit is at 25,546. And those are your morning levels. If you guys are interested in grabbing those levels each and every morning, you can catch those inside my Discord channel, inside our Discord channel. I don't have a Discord channel here, but inside our Discord channel here, so you can catch those each and every morning when I drop those. All right, team. Let's get into it. Let's see what we got going here and what kind of structure we have going into the overnight or into the morning session. Like the market has not bought anything or even positioned itself in any particular manner. The market was just mainly ranging in the overnight session. And not much movement on the market. The market was super slow. So we have an overnight London high of 6,859 on ES. And then the bottom side of that is going to be down at 6,834 for the morning session. Take a look at silver. Silver's had a crazy move. Let's see what it did on the overnight. Actually just kind of consolidated, almost kind of looking like it wants to give up some of this move. All right, let me drop all those levels here because, yeah. Don't know why it didn't. There's the NQ level. Let me go back over to Becky's channel. I don't know how I messed that up. No wonder no one was even responding. Those in Becky's channel. Oh my God, I tell you, I'm an idiot. I have a terrible headache. Oh my God, my head is killing me today, but we're all right. We're gonna make some money. I already got my gold level. I need this, or I need the gold level, not the rest of that stuff. All right. That dropped in. All right, there's my gold levels now. Don't forget we got FOMC today. So it's going to be an interesting morning here in the market. Take a look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing now. Kind of gave up some of its move, dipped back into 91. Wow. So much for that. Oh, how's everybody doing for the morning session? You guys have anybody trade the overnight session? Did you guys check out Blasky's class? I didn't check it out. Oh, Tiffany was in last night. Well, Blasky, what? He started early. He started at 7 p.m. yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even bother. I didn't. I figured it would be a chop session. I mean, there's no real movement that's going to happen the day, but like right in like the last 12 hours into FOMC, ain't nobody going to want to do anything. Oh, Jesse caught gold in a personal account. Nice, 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 nice. Congrats on that. Hopefully that worked out well. Hopefully you made some tendies on that. I didn't partake in the after hour session. I was a little chill yesterday. I should have traded. I should have gotten some traded in, but yeah, didn't feel like it. Was in the mood. Well, I want to see if I can follow Coach Matt's, kind of advice yesterday, or what he was mentioning. I can't say advice, but some of his game plans on how he attacks FOMC. He likes to wait until after. I think I kind of want to do the same thing as well. Although the one thing I dislike about that is that it makes it real difficult because you have to be fast. You got to be super fast, almost like you got to kind of have those resting orders. I should have asked him a little bit more about it. His idea of how he likes to do FOMC. LP cut along at 25,653, and he had buy orders at 25,585. Good luck to you, my friend. Interesting. NQ over at the prior day orb high. Ranging, look at that. It finally did hit that 4-hour support resistance. I waited for that. That was my intraday target yesterday. That's so upsetting. I waited for that all morning, all day yesterday. I waited for that. I wanted QQQ to hit that 4-hour support resistance. That's all I wanted. I just wanted a few more points up and I would have been happy. I missed my take profit by 2 cents yesterday. Can you believe that? Upsetting. Oh, boils my blood, man. But hey, that's trading. Something we don't always catch them all. Sometimes we miss, and we're just out there shooting. Got imbalances coming out here in 1 minute. Oh, these bots on chat. Man, it's already early for them to be out here. Hey, what's up, Stream World? How you doing out there? Good to see you. Doing all right? Cleaning up the chats. Everything now. Oof. Man, that's a rowdy sell right there, NQ. RQ. Sorry, RQ. It's a nice position you got there. That's a good way to start the morning off. I like it. Strong. Oh. Oof. 5 minutes. Man, I'm ready. I'm ready for it. All right, team, can you all hear me now? Hey, good morning. All right, sorry about that. I think I'm not sure what was happening. All right. Nasty sell off here in the morning session. Progressive push down into the orb high or orb low from yesterday. Damn, 0.5% down to the downside in the morning session. Not a good look. Oh. You guys are funny, man. You guys are so funny. Oh, is this why this doesn't work anymore? I don't even know. Looks like my stream deck is all messed up. I don't know why. Oh, that's a nice bounce right there. Sorry, I'm dealing with some tech issues, so I'm trying to get my stream deck up and everything else because none of my hotkeys are working. Oh man, that was a beautiful bounce there again. Man, I hope somebody got that. Nice. Congrats, Affluent. Congrats. Contracts are juiced today. Yesterday, the prices weren't this expensive, but today the options are significantly higher. You could tell that traders are in the market, up almost 2K in the personal. Nice. Great job. Great job. Great job. Had a long at 558, didn't hit. Don't feel bad. My take profit didn't hit on my options calls yesterday by 2 cents. How sickening is that? Like 2 cents, literally. 2 cents away from taking profit. Sad, man. That's madness. Yep. Projecting under the 9 and the 26 now. Doesn't think we're going to have any real moves before FOMC? I don't think so. I think the market is probably going to be a little flat here and probably not do much until we get closer. Yeah. It's gonna be difficult. You guys watch your trades. It might be choppy here in the morning session. Oh, it looks like the market is finally getting some legs under it, getting back up. Now, was that the pullback before we start repping? They're gonna get ahead of this like that. Nice affluent. Got Bank of Canada dropping here in 1 minute. Is this working again? Nope. Stream Deck is not working. What a shame. I have no idea why my Stream Deck is not working. I spent hours on this thing too. Small scalp. That's $1,200 scalp, broski. It's a pretty good scalp to me, if you ask me. All right. Pretty interesting on NQ. We tested the prior day orb, and when we almost made the exact orb from yesterday. If you noticed here on NQ, it is pretty surprising. Oi, that's the wrong one. Yeah, it almost respected yesterday's orb. Look at that. It looks like here on NQ, your orb high and low. Orb high is going to be 25,664. Orb low is going to be 25,568. Just base hits? I like it, bro. I like it. Hey, 1,200 base hit. I'll take that all day long. Take that to the bank. All right, let's take a look at ES. ES actually setting a lower orb from yesterday. Pretty massive wick on ES though. I will say that. Eesh, look at that. Look at that. How big that range is going to be on ES. Top side of ES is going to be 6,848. Bottom side of that is going to be 6,830. And we'll put the blue guy down here, holding up that lower orb. ES looks like it's going to test the top side of that, possibly make a push to the upside. I mean, that some of the market is starting to pull in. All right, let's take a look at the heat map this morning, see what we got going on. Tickers doesn't have anything on it. What is it? Oh, I don't want to do that. All right, there. Now that one's up. Turn this off. Okay. Guess I can't. There we go. Hit your take profit. Congrats, my friend. Congrats on that. See the mixed bag here on the heat map, with the red and green across the board, pretty mixture. Market looks like it's trying to catch a bid. Change the topic. Oh, let's take a look at silver sitting at $61, pulling back some after that overnight move at 62,000 or $62.14. Take a look at gold. It's like gold wants to make a push to the downside here in the morning session. Doesn't look like it wants to give us some upside push. We'll see though. We'll see though. Huh. Interesting. Looks like Renko's NQ is trying to make a box to the upside. Take a look at Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin's doing here in the morning. Looks like it wants to sell. A couple of days ago, Bitcoin took that nosedive, and it was the first one, led the rest of the market down to the downside. I wonder if we could see something like that here today. It'll be an interesting morning. All right, let's take a look at the event calendar, see how far we're out. Yeah, we got a long way to go until FOMC, that's for sure. To 1 p.m. You know what? I'll jump in early with you guys for FOMC so that way we can catch the news. Let me talk to Coach Matt and Becky and see if either of them are free and want to jump in early since FOMC is about an hour before Power Hour. Let me make sure that the team doesn't have anything planned for today because I hate to make my own plan and then be like totally raw. It feels like I usually do end up doing that. All right, let's see. It doesn't look like anything is going on later this afternoon. Oh, we've got it looks like Coach Becky is going to be in at around 11 a.m. this morning. So she might be in for New York lunch, it looks like. Huh. Oh, she'll be in at 10. Okay, it looks like she'll be in at 10 with me. So she should be in about an hour. She gonna pop in and hang out with us. And then she'll be popping in. Oh, she's actually gonna pop in a little early today. Yeah, so you'll be tackling FOMC with Becky, it looks like today. So yes, it does look like there is actually some plan for today's FOMC, and it looks like Coach Becky will be navigating those waters with you all. Yeah, exactly. Yay. Yeah, it is very volatile here at the opening. Yeah, no, for most of us kind of expecting a flat morning session, there's a lot of choppiness and wickiness, definitely some volatility in the market. So if you guys are not experienced in trading this, definitely, sit on the sidelines, pull out that paper account, start doing some sim trading because there ain't nothing wrong with that, you know, saving money and, building good trade habits. How can I trade? Oh, getting all these stupid Slack messages. I think I'm gonna. How can I trade half of one micro? You know what you could do, Scrub? You can call RQ and y'all can pitch in together and y'all can hold hands when y'all click the left buy button. When you hit the left click mouse button, y'all can hold hands. And that helps you offset the cost. That way you're doing it together. Yes, like kumbaya. Kumbaya trading here at Blue Sky. You know what? You have a great question, though, Scrubs. You want to trade, but you don't want to use as much leverage, right? You're worried you're going to blow your account and things like that. Have you looked at M2K? M2K is a mini micro of the Russell, So you could actually lower your risk if you want to have some skin on the game and you want to lower the chance of you blowing the account. It's a good way to at least be able to participate in the market. So mini micro M2K. Yeah, it's still $4 per point or $5. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But for the sake of making money and at least being capable of making money, it offers exactly what we need. Our sellers going to take control of this market, and they're trying to get a hold of it. Dow is still trying. It was like that yesterday. The Dow was just attempting it. It just couldn't go. It's so upsetting. It was so upsetting that it just. I waited for it. I was being patient. It just didn't give it to me. I'm still salty about those 2 or 3 cents. I missed out on my take profit yesterday. But that's what happens. Oh, look at that. All right, let's take a look at the Dow. See what the Dow is doing. Oh, wow. Look at that. What is the Russell doing? Russell hasn't caught a bid yet. Maybe, just maybe. Man, even the Russell contracts are juiced up. Dang. I'd have to go to like a 254 contract just to have something that's like 60 cents. It's not a dollar. It's criminal. Everything is just juiced. I'd have to go out like what, one, two, three, four, like five strikes to get something at it. Of course, it's FOMC. Everything's expensive. That's why you want to get it. If you want to do calls, you got to almost get into it like 2 days before. Either that or you just have to have money. You have to have money. You just have to have money to trade. You know, they make it expensive. They make it crazy expensive. Smooth criminal. I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big Michael Jackson. I grew up with him, but I just don't jive with him. So, oh, Steve's on his way to Florida. Nice. Okay. All right. I respect that. I got a question. If you could pick one aha moment in your trading career where you discovered something that seems to change your trading, whether it's an indicator time frame, trade time, etc., what would it be? Mm. I feel for me, it was kind of like it was a combination of different things that kind of came together because, maybe it's because I've been doing this for a while, but, at first it was getting over the fear of losing money, you know? So that was like my first aha moment, is when I started. Hey, good morning, MJ. When I first started getting in, and then when I got okay with losing money is when I started getting better because then it was like I could sit in the trade longer. I could let the trade go against me. I could let it do what I could let it marinate until it became what I needed it to be. So, that was like one aha moment. My next one came when I started realizing what it took to make the money I was looking for. How many points, how many contracts equaled what kind of profit, and then what my loss could be if I got stopped out. When I started like kind of figuring that out, and I could kind of like eyeball it and be like, we get to here, I'll make like $200 with like 2 cons. When I could do that without actually using the chart to measure it, then I could gauge it just by looking at it. That's when I started to have like a real aha moment. I think that's, let me rephrase it. When I figured that out, I think that was my real aha, because then it allowed me to know what sizing to take when. Then it allowed me to be able to just know what my actual loss could be and what my take profit was going to be. Not like, oh, I just took I don't know what, if we get to this wick high, how much I'll make there. See, when I was doing that I actually needed the level to tell me how much money I was going to make in that move. I still didn't know what I was doing. But the moment I got to where like I could be like, okay, well, if I hold this and I hold this down to this line, I take a single con, I'm going to make 1.2K. That's when it was like, oh, okay. Because then it made it easier for me to know the trade I'm taking, to feel more in tune with what I'm trading, because it's, you're like a screwdriver, you put a screwdriver, you're twisting down a bolt, and you can kind of feel it, the tension in your wrist as you turn it, right? You feel that tension, and where you're like, if I turn it anymore, I might strip the hole it's in, but it's snug enough to where it can hold it, right? You know what I'm talking about. And it felt like that when I started, being able to understand my lot size. That you're like, you don't want to twist it too much to where you're going to blow your account, but you want just enough to where you eat good. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what that moment felt like to me, because then it was like, okay, now I can start taking my sizes and I'm not guessing on how much money I'm going to lose. I found that personally super helpful. I found that like immensely helpful, because then it's like, I can already now kind of quantify what I'm doing. Okay, well, I need these 2 trades to make, $500 with 3 cons, 3 MNQ cons. I need this point move, and I need this structure. So you start creating that game plan for yourself, because it's the whole process of the trade. That's ultimately what you're learning, and you're creating your own personal game plan of your own trade, how you enter it, what you expect your profit should be on the trade, what your estimated max loss can be on that trade. And then you can now look at what is the structure of the market, and what structure do you need to create that trade? Because then now you're kind of formulating that whole game plan. Okay, well, I know I need this double bottom, we need to be breaking above the 200, I need to have that target, 10 or 15 points. And then you can start creating the game plan for yourself of how to trade. Because before that, if you haven't had that, what are you doing? You're trying to figure out your edge, right? What is that edge? What does it look like to you? Because for all of us, it's different. All of us have a different edge, and we all have a different trade that's our trade. Our trade that we can take more often than not, and we know that we can make, $200, $500, $1,000 off that trade. Each of you guys that are here, you all already know a trade that works for you. The only problem you have probably is that you don't have a proper plan of how to tackle that trade, how to take that trade and make it into a trade plan. Because you have the trade you're looking for, but now you need the trade plan. How do you plan for that trade? You wait for it. Do you have more than one? And it all starts to kind of stack on top of it like that. I feel that way. Once you start getting more and more strategies, you start recognizing patterns that you can visually take a trade on, and more often than not be successful at. When you start doing those things, that just starts adding to your trade tool belt. At the very first start, when you start becoming a trader, your toolbox doesn't have anything in it. Your toolbox is completely empty. The only thing in your toolbox is a bunch of questions, a bunch of unknowns and variables that you don't quite know how to pull them together. Yes, and being able to pull the trigger without fear as soon as you see the setup. Or Q, I can send 10 minis and then lose 10 points before blowing the account. I'm not the only one that's calculated this. Yeah, you're not the only one to calculate this. But that in itself is where you start to create that idea, that plan, that sense of awareness, where your place is in the market. Where is your lane that you need to stay in? When I first started, I used to get super distracted during the New York session. So the New York session wasn't great for me. My wife was still she was working at a brick and mortar. So she had to go to her physical office. She wasn't working remote. So she had to go into the office. So I would have to I'd have to drop off the kids in the morning. So, I was in a rush. I was in a rush in the morning trying to drop the kids off, kick them out the car so I could haul butt home, get to the charts because I had about 20 minutes before market open if I timed it right, and then at the end of the day, power hour, well, I got to go because I got to go pick up my kids and bring them home. So, I started to realize that, almost the most important parts of the day, I was on the road. I was literally on the road. I was stressing myself out. I started to realize where my weakness was. I was like, well, I can't do anything about my kids because they're my children. So I moved my schedule. I became, aware of my situation, and what worked best for me was the Asia. I started trading the Asia. I started building more confidence in the Asia session. I started studying the market moves, how the reaction of price is, how aggressive or wiki the after hours was. And then I started documenting it, what days of the week, what time of day. And, that's where your trade journal starts coming in super handy in these instances, because, the trade journal is what's going to give you all that feedback from what you're doing. Because, the trade journal is not just, oh, I took a trade, I lost $200. It was the worst trade ever. Coach Riz told me it. Yeah, I hate him. That's not a trade journal. The trade journal is not that. The trade journal is the time, the date, the lot allotment. What your profit was, how much money were you willing to lose? What confluences led you to the trade? What have you been studying? What led you to, I've been starting to use Fibonacci's, and I found this on the 618 fib. You need to put that in there. If you notice something about it or something strikes you funny, pull that page. So that's a point of interest for you. That's a point of interest for you. Why was it a point of interest though? Quantify it. Now start seeing if you can find that again. Because trading is a lot of patterns and repetition. It's the same thing every single day, but you have to find your edge. And where's your edge going to be, and what works for you, and where you can find the pattern in yourself. Looking at the chart and just trying to say, oh, well, it's here. It's been here 20 days in a week. That doesn't mean anything. It just means it's been there 20 days in a week. Or 20 times in a week. You have to find what your edge is. Everyone's edge is different, but it's all based on what time you're putting in, what time you're seeing it, what time you're ready to trade and things like that. Man, Riz doesn't want to hook me up with a reset code. Bro, I don't even have a reset code for myself. Trade journal entry. Heard Steve's cash register went full port. Not today. Not today. Not today. He's on the road. The man's on the prowl. He's moving. He's walking here. But yeah, going back to the trade journal, super important. You guys need to make your own notes of what lines up for you, because you could sit in a voice chat with someone and hear what they're spewing out all day long. But if you can't relate to it, it does you no benefit at all. It does you no benefit at all. Me sitting here talking to you guys, if you're not building on some kind of plan for yourself or making your own notes for yourself, then what are you doing? You're not creating a plan for yourself. You're not even creating a method to review what you're doing in the day. That's what makes it super difficult when people say that they don't have a trade journal. To me, is that you have no way to even go back and review what the heck you've been doing. You know, it makes it almost impossible. You can't hold yourself accountable. You can't review your notes. You can't do anything other than you got to sit there and be like, oh, well, I remember like a week ago, I took 10 cons and I won 10 points and, I got $20 away from blowing my account. I mean, that's the only thing you're going to take from it, but it's not going to be anything meaningful that's going to help you to become a better trader. I'm on the road, on the road excuse. Scared to use the I'm on the road excuse. I don't think Steve's scared. You know, I think Steve is pretty fearless. You started a trade journal. You started a Discord to journal your trades. You know what? As a matter of fact, I noticed that Tip did that. I've got a couple of friends that they've done that as well. They started off their own Discord channel and they use that as their notes. I mean, whatever works. You can definitely do whatever ever you want, whatever works for you, just document it. And at least a way that you can at least put dates and stuff in there and track, when those things happen, what was going on. I think that's super important, is being able to know that stuff and, you know, pretty easy for me. Facts. Hope that answers your question, about, what was my aha moment. And I still have my moments. You learn a little something new or you find another ticker. Trading is a never-ending journey of learning and growth. It's I think it's one of the most fascinating things you can do as a career because it really shows the meat and potatoes of who you are as a person. Are you capable of growth? Are you capable of having self-control? Are you capable of being your own worst critic? Analyzing yourself and being able to say, hey, you know what, this doesn't work. It's a very interesting process. No more trades during FOMC makes me save the account. You know what? I know some traders that they only come out for FOMC. They only trade FOMC. Like this is what they're just cooking for. And they go hard today. Yeah, no worries, Aaron. It's a very cool thing. Oh, your mentor only trades at FOMC? See, I mean, you can't get any more volatility than FOMC. It's one of the best. Yeah. Metallic silver Sharpie. It does. It's kind of cool. I like it. You're enjoying RQ's new Angry Bird. Is that what that is? Is he an angry bird? Oh, he is an angry bird. Oh, man. Why is he going to be so angry? We've got enough angry traders around. We don't need another one. Oh, it's a penguin. Oh, look at that. It's a bird that doesn't fly. It's a penguin. Trying to get that bounce here. Man, it's so flat. Look at that. Doesn't want to do anything. Jeez, the market is just bleh. You'll be back after FOMC. You got it, scrub. Oh, it is a choppy mess. It is a choppy mess, boys and girls. I am so sorry. But this is to be expected. This is to be expected. Price is gonna be suppressed way more today than any other day. You got institutions, you got retail. I mean, I'll tell you, go take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin even doing the same thing. It's like gold is trying to push that low. And Q still has not put up that green box to the upside. I'm trying to bid it up now though. We're getting a sell-off today. Are we? Well, I think we'll only get a sell-off if RQ gets his wish. If they say they're gonna increase the rate, we're toast. Hmm. Need to call Nancy and let her see. Let's see what she says, right? I want to see J Powell come to the mic with sunglasses on. I don't think you're gonna get J Powell with some shades on, man. You want to see him with a ZZ top look or what? The sharp dressed man, huh? But I'm shooting for zero for a lot. Trading on Fed days. Dang. I'm not shooting for zero. I'm shooting for money. I want that 1,000%. I want that 10,000%. I haven't had a crazy runner in a few weeks. The market hasn't really been ripping or anything either, though. So it just hasn't given us that play for me to crab. It's volatile, LP. It's tough. I mean, it's one of the most difficult days to trade, in my opinion, FOMC. Just because the volatility. Wrong, wrong size, wrong sizing, and then your entry. A bad entry with the wrong sizing, you can toast your account like instantly. That's the bad thing about it, because you could get some crazy wick on a candle. You said that last time. Then use mini micros then. Use an MNQ. Use an M&Q, take two, get two cons, limit your risk, or trade it on paper. It you don't need to be using your evals or combines for FOMC. You do not need to be using those for FOMC. You can use it on paper. Trading on paper is just fine. And you need to learn to take that seriously. If you're not taking paper trading seriously and you're just messing around, and if you can say it yourself that I don't want a paper trade because I'm not making money, blah, blah, blah. If you can make excuses why you don't paper trade, you're not taking that serious. I'm sorry. Full stop. I'm just going to say that because that is my perspective. If you can't take paper trading serious, then you're not taking trading serious. And you mean to tell me that if you tell some Ronaldo on his training, oh, this training, no matter how minuscule, is not important to him, you think he's gonna say, oh, okay, you're right? He's gonna say no. Every piece of training, no matter how minuscule, makes up the greater sum of the athlete he is. And just like you guys, if you guys want to be that best trader that is ever traded, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have said that is the same thing. You need to be able to paper trade. If you can't paper trade, you're not taking it serious. Like me. Okay, done. Doing okay for the day. I don't know about that, Nikki. My 99,900. That's crazy. I honestly feel like that, though, that, if you're not taking paper trading seriously, you're doing yourself a disservice, because it does everything that real trading doesn't allow you to do. You can make mistakes. You can make an infinite amount of mistakes without losing money. So if you're not taking that seriously and trading the way you would normally trade, or trying to find your setups, trying to find your patterns, building the rhythm to where you can regularly see that same setup and attack it, you're selling yourself short. You're almost screwing yourself over. You are becoming your own worst enemy because you're not doing yourself any favors. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy, and you're wasting your money. So, definitely, if you're struggling, get on the paper account. Take it serious. Use it for what it is. It's a tool for a reason. Affluent. Have you ever tried trading? Oh, you're asking Nikki. I think Nikki does. I think Nikki does trade during the Asia session. U.S. trade agreement could be exited. Wow. So I guess we're thinking about taking the trade deal between Mexico and Canada off the table again. That's no bueno. That could turn into a pretty nasty mess. Lead to a lot of higher priced goods and items for Americans. That doesn't sound good at all. Yeah. We definitely don't need that to go away. Cost of goods will go up astronomically. It's the only thing that's saving our hides right now. As funny as it may seem, but the real scary part is it's making it at least at the price it is. So if it goes away, how much more expensive can this stuff get? Time to move to Fiji. Shh. Bet you Fiji is beautiful right now. It's probably warmer than it is right now over here because I'm kind of cool. It is great. Nice. I never been. Never been. cheaper too. Oh, give me a couple of years and we're going to be traveling. We will be traveling. In a couple of years, I will be traveling. So I will definitely be letting you guys know. I'll be streaming from different, countries. I'm looking forward to that. $99 a night for a beach house with my own private beach with a cook. Are you serious? Are you serious? $100 a night? Holy moly. Don't tell my wife. She got my passport already. I think I'm going to have to use my passport because my driver's license is expired. I didn't even realize that my driver's license expires like tomorrow. I was like, I got a flight to catch on Friday. I don't think I'm going anywhere with an expired license. A while back when I realized I need 100 million account to do that. Unrealistic when I saw my bank account on 5. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. But, Amaro, with $100, you could be trading M2Ks. You could be trading M2K cons. Bet you didn't know that. $100. You could buy even more than one contract. You could buy like 2. Have a little bit of drawdown in there. Not much, but, Yep. Yep. That's true. As a matter of fact, they were giving away $100, I think, or $50 with a $100 depot, I think. If you deposit 100 and you make one trade, they were going to give you a credit on your account for like 50 or $100. That was out a couple of weeks ago. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen a broker do that. Thought that was pretty cool. This is nasty. What? Market's not even really doing much of anything, just cooking contracts for the day. There's the place I stayed when I was in Fiji. Oh, wow. That's a heck of a place to be there. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nice. $100 for that. That's amazing. I'm ready to start traveling abroad though. Trade of Eight. Well, Ninja Trader and Trade of Eight, they're the same company. Yeah. Market is super flat this morning. I'm sorry, team. Yeah, to be expected with the news event. And this is we're 1 minute into London Power Hour, so we're in the last hour for our folks across the pond. So maybe they'll give us a little volatility here, but it has been a lackluster morning. I will say that it's just been tough. You know, let's take a look at the heat map. See, it's still mixed. You got Nvidia down 0.63 AVGO. So chip sector is still hurting the overall market. Looks like banking, healthcare, and most of the other market segments are doing a little bit better, but just not enough to give us any move to the upside. Market flatline this morning. You're right. You're right. We're just cooking all those zero DTEs. It's crazy. Contract value is not diminishing. I will say that. Does appear that there is a premium for the sell side options. So that's even more interesting here. You know, the sell side of the market is more expensive, especially on the Qs. If you want to jump on the Qs, they are slightly more expensive. You know, you could be paying anywhere from let's see, about about an $8 difference between the contracts to the on the sell side. Although more open interest to the top side. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin looks like it wants to start to sell. I mentioned that earlier. Gold consolidating, not giving up this move. It doesn't look like it's going to fall and roll over on us. So Renko's still to the downside. Oh, there's that sell now. So, Nacho, what I'm going to go in and do is I'm going to hang with you guys until the end of the London. So, I will be with you guys for the next hour. Then I'm going to take a little break, and I will be in. I will be in for FOMC. So I'll be in about 10 minutes before FOMC starts. Maybe 20 minutes. So you guys can catch me here at what is that? That is 1 p.m. Central Standard. Wait, yeah, 1 p.m. CST. That's 2 p.m. Eastern. You guys can catch me. So I'll be in a little bit before that, though. I'll be ready to rock and roll with you guys. Absolutely. That's right. Just stay. Oh, I'm gonna get some breakfast, and I need some aspirin. My head is killing me. I've had a headache the past few days. I haven't been able to shake off. So actually, it feels a little bit better. It wasn't as bad as it was this morning. All right, affluent. Enjoy your exercise. Have a great morning, and we will see you. 10 almonds equal really 10 almonds equal 1 aspirin. Well, don't tell me that, man, because I go drop like 40 of them right now. Oh, I don't mind. I don't mind the almonds. I actually do. Now, can I mix that in like an almond joy? That's the fat boy in me. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I love Dave Chappelle. Oh man, are we gonna hit our downside target? So if you guys looked at my morning levels, you guys would notice that we've got a downward level at 25,546. So that should be a very good level for us. Man, Affluent's missing all this. He took off for his run. He's missing this nasty sell. Sell is working. FOMC could take us to 25K. You think so? 25K? $50 points now in days is not, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Those type of point spreads don't mean diddly. Dude's funny, man. Shake and bake. This is gross. We bounced here on the 9th yesterday and on Monday. Bitcoin hasn't broken down yet. It's like gold wants to turn though, still pushing. There goes the Renkos there, pushing further down now. Open to buy. I think we still got a little bit more downside. I don't think they're going to pick it up here. We're going to sell a little bit further, get a few more points down. Market is definitely looking weak here in the morning session. Finally, after all that chop, sorry, RQ. I want to see 25, 546 hit, bro. That's what I want to see. I want to see at least that tapped. It's okay. It's a small size. Okay. I like it. I've been waiting for 25,555 for 3 days. Trying to buy this up here on the 5. Yeah, for some odd reason the Bears are just not doing it. I mean, we've seen this before though. Finally dipping. Hmm. Is everybody holding up in chat? What are you guys looking at? Are keys still in that long? Did you get stopped out? I don't think you got stopped out. I think you should be all right. Yeah, you should be all right. Looking good. Small wager looks good so far. Nice. Amaro's in a long. Well, sounds like a few of you guys already have gone long on this. Pullback. Nice. That prior 5-minute candle look gross. Look indecision. Stop looking at my screen. Oh, I can't. Once I know what you guys are in, I'll start. I'll start kind of monitoring where you guys' entries are. You see long, so full port. Maybe. Mark, you would know that one. You're the full port king. I feel like you have a pulse on all the accounts that offer that. And we got 3 hours till we get that rate decision. Will it be Christmas for RQ? Will he get the rate increase? Will he get a cut? I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned for that team. You took one off? All right, all right, all right. H, that's good. Well, dang, RQ, I bet you're glad you took off a little bit of that sizing. All right, $60. $60 make you holler. H. Okay. All right. I see what you're throwing out there. Pays for the depot later. Okay. Dang. Break even. Yeah. Just said stop knowing don't. No depot? No, we need a depot, bro. A challenging day, one of those days that you could probably, say, hey, FOMC days are very challenging days for traders. So I recommended earlier, if you guys are having trouble or, your success rate on FOMC is low, don't trade it. Stay away from it. Wait until tomorrow. Wait until the end of the day. Even then, the end of the day will be crummy. Everybody's waiting for that to happen for FOMC. So you know, yeah, days like today are days that you have to have conviction in your play. Yeah, true. Mini micros, the ways to go on days like today. Give us that next leg down. Come on. Come on. Your plays get convicted. You need to get yourself a new judge and jury. Bonds are running. Okay. So we're going to safe havens then for the time being. I think there's a few bond auctions going on today, though. Yeah, I'm short. I'm waiting for my target at 25, 546 right now. So I'm trying to take that down. We're pretty close. Like I mentioned earlier, if you guys are taking a look at my levels, those levels are posted at each and every single morning. I post those up. Come on, give it a little bit more. You're almost there. Or like a point away. Come on. All right, we're 4 minutes away from the bottom of the hour, team. It's like the London Brits are selling us into their clothes. It's right above my take profit here on NQ. So close. Just need another little push down. Come on. The Bulls are trying to buy this. These need to stuff this thing down. I don't know why they're letting it just dance around here. Come on, just give us that low. Just do it. Tomorrow? What do you mean my coffee is getting here tomorrow? It's supposed to be getting here today. Oh my God. Come on, send it lower. You know you want to. Five must hold. I think we're gonna get a little lower than that, my friend. I think we're gonna get a little lower than that. I think you might even see 25, 23. Trying to stop me out. It's not nice. It's not very respectful. Here we go. Come on. Push it. Come on. Give me 546. Give me 546. Come on. Boom. Come on. And boom, we just took profit. We just took profit on. All right, come on up, Becky. Good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome to the morning session. All right, let's see if we can get a little further down. Let's see if we can get to the 523.
You're in this short, it looks like.
Yes, man. Well, I was in the short. I just took profit on my short. So I'm just trying to see if we can get a little further lower. Maybe test 25,500, catch a bid there. That's a nice psychological level.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, we've definitely been angling down through the night. There was some bullish energy for sure. Or bearish, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it started off with a little bit of chop, and then finally the bears took control of the market and finally stuffed it down. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, ES and the Dow are lagging a little bit behind. NQ is dropping a little bit faster. Looks like.
Yeah, it was funny because the Dow and the Russell were ripping in the morning. You know, they did that yesterday. It started off their morning, you know, kind of moving. Tomorrow, check the 200 on the hourly. All right, let's see. Oh, we just broke below the 200.
I like that.
That's no bueno.
Order filled.
Yeah. Yes, now double bottoming there in the last little bit here.
Oh, this is nasty.
He's dropping.
Yep, it's dropping. Dropping it like it's hot now.
Right?
Let's see if we'll get my
Target's
next
below.
target. Yeah, I've got my next target from my morning session at 523. So that's my next take profit if you're short.
Gold is a little more sideways this morning, seems like.
Yeah, it has been super choppy here in the morning session. Really surprising.
Yeah.
Spice calls that.
Like ES especially likes to take out the highs and the lows when it makes a wick. Like this morning wick on the first 15-minute opening range. Like I feel like it's gonna be a target here to get taken out. The short side.
The Floon is trying to scalp along. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Catch the bounce. Stop moved into profit. There's a good situation.
I don't think we're going to get that bounce yet. Your profit target was my stop on the short.
Well, there's often trades in both directions. This depends on when you get in, when you get out. She bounces.
Yep. There's always room for traders to be in both directions.
Mm-hmm. Be quick.
Stop with 200. Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. They all bounced here. A little bit.
Well, they're trying for now.
Mm-hmm. Inverse head and shoulder on the one. Could be. Smart affluent to be careful when you're against the morning trend. I'm the same when I'm scalping and it's been going the other direction. I'm real quick with it.
Yeah, so you said you move those profit targets. You move those stops inside the money.
Mm-hmm. We won't tell.
Paper handers, man. Don't tell Ace, man. He will call me out. All
True.
this is nothing but speculation. Yep. Everybody thinks they're right so far. Nobody knows who's right yet, though.
We got some bulls in the group today. Amaro's buying.
Willing to pay $1? That costs more than that, my friend. Blasky is in. How you doing, Blasky? How'd it go last night with you in the Asia? You make some money in the Asia? There was a divergence. Nice.
Yeah, I see that. Lower low, but the indicator made a higher low.
But Mike today? I don't believe so. I don't think Mike will be on. My team was asking us to come in for FOMC. I got a DM about it, so I don't think Mike will be in today. It's like Bitcoin's starting to catch a bid as well here in the morning session. Not so much with gold. Gold not doing anything. Let's look at silver. Same thing with silver. Taking a breather today. Taking the day off, it looks like.
A little bit bullish
Taking,
this morning session on silver.
yeah, it started off. It looked like it was going to be, and then it just, just kind of gave it up. I think everybody's just looking at the rest of the market. There's more opportunity in NASDAQ today.
Mhm.
Although we did get a nice bounce off the 200 here on the 10-minute. I mean, it could rip again. There's not a whole lot stopping it.
Right.
Except that long on NQ is holding up too for you guys that went long. All right, Blasky. What's your trade for FOMC, bro? You shorting this? You looking for your dumpster move today? I hope you make some profit today, LP. I hope you make some profit today. Hopefully we get you those tendies. Yeah, hopefully it's a great day, right? Right, Coach?
Right. Always fun. We'll get that volatility, see what's happening. Pick a side and hope for the best. That's what I'm wondering too, Judge. If FOMC is going to be the catalyst that will break us out of this consolidation. Been consolidated. It seems like more than that, even 3 to 5 days, almost like a week and a half. It's been bouncing side to side. Yeah, I think it could. Sometimes we'll see it ping both sides of a wider range. When FOMC really gets going, it can wick in both directions before it really settles into a good move. Yeah, exactly. We've been waiting for catalyst for a breakout.
So Amaro is looking for 25K flat. You want the sell off. You want it to fade.
Drop it
No.
low.
Oh no, we'll get a 500 point fade. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna break this or reject and go back down.
She's back up at resistance.
Yeah, on the 5, you're testing the 90 MA right now.
Looking at the naked point of control from yesterday that we haven't tagged yet today. I like those targets too. We're holding below yesterday's value so far today, but we're pushing up now.
Trying to push up.
Oh, let's see here. I think you're right about gold and silver. They are quieter today, but I think there is more focus just on the major indices with it being Fed day.
Yes, and there could be a move on them, but I just think that money's gonna be on NASDAQ and ES.
Yeah.
Oh, look who we got there, Steve. Oh man, nice of him to join us this morning.
He's ready to party.
Yeah, he is. He's ready to party. He's like 2 days ahead already.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't think he's here in the States though, right?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just broke a high for the morning by a little bit here. Okay, Blasky, I like your levels. So when you put on there that it's A plus for me, so you're seeing if ES drops to 68.15, that would be an A plus setup potentially for like a bounce at that level. Like if we tag that as lower support. Good information, my friend. %85% accurate that market makers won't fall or let themselves lose money. So yeah, they'll defend. Yeah, when price gets back to that level, they'll want to defend it. Yeah, I get that. Thanks for sharing.
That's a nice bounce here on the market. Now I was trying to get in an IWM call. It got away from me though. Just ripped on me.
Yeah, they all had some strength on this here.
Yeah. Yeah, buyers definitely did step in and move pick the market back up. Not let the bulls get too much.
Mm-mm.
Take a look at the heat map. Nvidia's down 1.11 for the day. Chips not doing well for the day. Neither is Microsoft.
Mama, how do you drive it, Mr. How do you drive it?
Are you going to be popping in for FOMC today, Coach?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. I will be too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on an hour before Power Hour, which is right when FOMC starts. So let's do this. It's gonna be a very interesting last 2 hours of the day today.
Yeah, I'll be there as well. Oh, well, Maro's got the
Nice.
tequila shots. No, we're not celebrating
Girl.
yet. Oh my goodness. IWN is repping to the upside. Ah, man, that train just took off without me.
Mama, I put those back away. Well, Mama, can't we grill? Mama, can't we grill?
Don't eat food right now.
I want to grill.
This is how they start the center rally. You think so?
I mean, we've been consolidating. I think a breakout is very possible, for sure. Sometimes there's a counter move first, though, so be careful with it. waiting here for a minute.
Trying. Trying to short on NQ. Okay. Go for it. You got profit to play with, so check this out. One of my buddies posted, I went for coffee and my son touched a computer, placed a trade, just lost 1.4K on 5 accounts. I kind of want to scream, cry, and laugh at the same time. Hope y'all are having a good day.
Oh, my heart.
Sad.
That's terrifying.
Oh, man.
That's something that would happen to me. Oh my heavens. My kids are like threatened every which way from Sunday to not touch my trading computer. No, seriously. It would be. Oh. And they're so in their little faces just would have no idea what they did, you know? So then you'd be in a situation of like, you know, you can't crush their little spirits, but your heart is. Mhm.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Nope.
Hey, you manage your risk there, affluent. That's what you gotta do. 5 points is nothing. My kids will come sit on my lap sometimes when I'm trading open in the morning before they go to school. And I'm like, you can sit on my lap, but I always push my chair back and I'm like, don't touch anything.
Oh,
Gosh. Yeah. I think they might have a little more push on them. ES and NQ. Let's see here.
got 2 minutes till London close.
Oh my gosh, right with the cat too as a potential.
Sheesh.
No, thank you. Here. All right. Hey, Mom, what happens if I click right here? Yeah.
See, at least you have your sounds turned on. I've heard your sounds so that you can hear the order filled. I don't have the order. I don't have any sounds turned on. So I have no idea whether or not somebody's, one of my kids is touching my computer, placing orders.
You know, that's a good point that it could be productive and protective in that way of like just alerting you. That's a good point. That's when we get to break out the tequila after our FOMC profits are locked in. Great point tomorrow about watching your stops on these volatile days.
All right, and that's our London close. So thanks to our friends across the pond for their price action this last hour. Got 30 minutes until New York lunch. We have any classes today? I think we got Steve. Oh, no, wait. We got Steve and Blasky this afternoon for their afternoon trading. So don't want to miss those inside the Discord.
Nice.
We got some new announcements. So let's see what's in the announcements section. Oh, silver's catching a bid. Could we have a round 2 on silver today?
Oh, gold did too. They're both popping. A little bit.
Interesting. Bitcoin caught a bid, got a nasty rejection. Ended up making like this indecision candle there on the 10. Gross. IWM pulled back, so did the Russell. What time is Blasky? This little stud muffin? I don't know what time he's on. I don't know what time Blasky's on. Hey, Blasky, what time you on? You started at 7 p.m. yesterday, right? We need Blasky to like go from like the Australia all the way to London, man. Oh, you better be excited, Scrub. Because you already know Blasky's bringing in those naked shorts after hours. 8 to 10 when official. Okay.
Yo, tonight could be good opportunity after FOMC. Get some volatility in there. We get maybe a directional attention. Could be a sweet after hours day.
Yeah, it could be a good one.
Yeah. There you go. Set the precedent, Scrubs. 10K
Dang. 10K plus trade live. Nice. We need Blasky 24/7, 8 days out. Shh. Drop those tickets in support. Tell them. We'll chain him to the Discord if we have to.
Good place to hang.
Yeah. We'll put him on cam, like a 2-day, 48-hour marathon, a subathon. We'll get Blasky on a subathon. How about that, Blasky? You down for it?
Momentum up is slowing on ES and NQ, but still pushing upward.
Yep, they got us up here. Now it's like, okay, what do we do now?
Right. Who's in charge now? Wait, who's doing what? Same thing with gold. They did a nice little push up, and now they're pulling back for right now. A little bit of energy, but still sideways. Yeah, I agree with the algo range day. Like, we're not doing anything fancy, playing off the extremes.
When
I
in
think that's
doubt,
generally more
Jim.
common before a volatility event is tighter bounciness. Not always, but a little more common.
I had when I only need like 5 more points, I might just call it for the day. You know what? Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a difficult day. I'm green all around, just not the size kind of day. Short the top, buy the bottom kind of day. If they sell into FOMC, it's a buy as long as they expand besides a cut. Otherwise, it's a hawkish cut and we'll sell. We run up, then we set up a sell. If they don't start expanding balance sheets, Japan could tank this pretty hard next week. Yeah, maybe vodka net, could be.
Yeah, those are good thoughts, Vodka. And smart scrubs when you're in profit and you're maybe didn't quite hit your goal, but if you're not liking the price action, you got green. It's not a bad situation to just call it a day. Jaja, if I listened to my kids, I would. Who knows? Maybe that would be better. I don't know. Be interesting to see if you let our kids trade. Micros. Yeah. Hey, the market is abundant. You can have opportunities every day. My kids are 13, 7, and 3. Okay, nice. 10 and 7. So you're fifth grade and second grade, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens with age. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll get that volatility a little later, Nacho.
Got us all the way up here just to fall out. See if we hold this bull flag. Looks like a little bull flag on the 5. Well, Blasky, if they take better trades than me and better payouts, then they're not leaving. They owe me like at least, 18 years of labor then.
That's right.
They're going to have to work
Lock
it
'em
out
in.
before they can move out. Yeah, yeah.
Mom, have you made slime at home?
All right, Affluent. Nice. I thought you were like hella green for the day.
Wait,
Affluent, you are quick. I love these scalps. Killing it.
well, Mom, I don't need this side. Wait, Mom, help? Mom, help?
Oh, look at that cell. Huh.
Mom,
Are they going to stuff this and sell it?
Mom.
Dude, seriously, sorry about the noise. I had a show on and he's coming in here trying to talk to me about making slime right now. I'm like, no, I'm not. It's not time to make slime, buddy. He's situated now. Yeah, they're selling. They're dude. Ugh.
Slime time.
Mhm. Nice. Bouncy day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see here if they have one more move up here or if there's more downside.
And they could go either way during New York lunch. They could send it lower or they could just slowly buy it up. It looks like they're going to sell it though.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely kind of pivoted up there.
Yeah, in the 5 minute, we got right back under the EMAs. Which time is left on this? 1:40.
Yeah, I work at the hospital every Friday and then off and on like every weekend day every 3 weeks or so. Fills my bucket in that department. Yeah, I've been downsizing every kid I had. I think I backed away a little bit more from the work outside the house because childcare is expensive and I kind of want to be here to raise their little cute faces. And I fell in love with trading 100%. Yep, it's that transition that you can make. I think a lot of us had other careers potentially before we got into trading. I think that's relatively common these days to not have trading be your first career. And so for me too, it's like transitioning, slowly sliding away from that world and getting deeper into trading. What's up, Coach Matt?
I didn't realize that Blasky was such a sensitive man.
They can fix it. They can fix a broken heart.
LP is in some 627s. Okay, not bad. All right. See that? Could work.
It's gonna be a party at Fed Day today. Bring all the
Sounds like
team.
it.
It's a good time for traders to get together.
All right, team, we're about 8 minutes away from the London or New York lunch. I'm going to be calling the stream there. As I mentioned earlier, I'll be joining you all along with the rest of the coaches here for Power Hour. Don't forget about our great sales going on. Launch plans on sale for $59 and $69, covering all of our platforms. That's right. Ninja Trader, Trade of 8, Volumetrica. Now you can get a launch plan for $59 and $69. So sign up today. Make sure use code Rizzler. If not, premium and static accounts, 30% off with my code.
Nice rundown. Yep, some good opportunities if you need an account to see what opportunities we get later. They're there.
I don't see why you can't go outside and go to the bathroom outside. I mean, as long as you're not doing it in front of your neighbors, I think you're all right. I got a pool in the backyard, so there's plenty of times that I just go and hit up the side, deck, and then just go in a corner, because I don't want to walk all the way inside. Because it's like I got to walk upstairs and then I got to walk into the house, and it's a good walk.
Yeah, not gonna lie, all three of my kids are boys, so if it needs to happen, you just ain't go away from anyone. No public indecency though. That could get you into trouble. You're gonna miss FOMC if you get some public indecency issue, my friend. Thanks, Nikki. I'm really getting into these these psychology labs, because honestly, the conversations are really good for me too. Like, I enjoy them, and I do a little research each time to try and bring the most relevant data that supports the conversation, and so it's been good for me too to put them together and chat. So yeah, it's tomorrow's going to be posted on YouTube today or tomorrow, I think. So you can catch it back on our Blue Sky YouTube channel. Thanks for the support, guys. Oh yes. Team is on point today. Thanks, Amaro. Yeah. Okay. I actually covered tilt. I that was one of my earlier sessions. Because I got to, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing is how do we get through how do we manage tilt in the most effective way? How do we catch it sooner? And so yeah, that one definitely needed to be a topic. Let me throw it up here too. Yeah, they're all on the Blue Sky channel, Discord channel. But I'm down for topics, so hit me up anytime with them.
Yeah, we're still looking for traders for our podcast. We are scheduling and making contact with some of you traders out there. So if you all would like to participate in our podcast and talk about your journey, your success, anything about your trading experience that you'd like to share and feel that would be beneficial to others, we'd more than like to have you all on our podcast. So my DMs are open. Some of the other coaches, if not, you can message Justin. He is handling the scheduling, and he will be the actual person interviewing those folks that submit. So reach out to him, let him know that you'd like to, and he can start working on getting you on the schedule. Can I tag him? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we want to get you guys on there. It's going to be great. Thanks, Blasky. That's the guy.
There you go. Amoro, congrats on that, bro.
All right, those are good numbers. Love it when the team posts a green. Please hang out. Yeah, brain break. Oh my gosh, yeah. I gotta take a break too. I'm gonna situate my little boy and get a few things done, and then be back for the Fed Day hangout session with you guys. It's gonna be a fun afternoon.
Yep, absolutely. I'll be coming back as well. So don't forget, don't change that channel, because you can catch Coach Becky, Coach Matt, myself, all here for FOMC, calling the play-by-play action. Thanks again, Coach Becky, for joining me here on the stage this morning.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Absolutely, Amaro. Take your brain break, bro. Save that mental capital. Market is always there. All right, team. And we're at the top of the hour. New York lunch. New York lunch. So get up, stand up, stretch those legs out, stretch those arms out, get another cup of rocket fuel, grab that bagel, because we got a lot of trading day left.
That's right, guys. We'll see you soon, and the day is still young.
Absolutely. We'll see you all for the afternoon session for FOMC. Have a great trading afternoon, team.